Hey everyone, welcome to cookingwithchampagne.com. It's Friday. How was your week? Well, you know Friday means dessert and cocktails, but not only is it Friday, it is Valentine's weekend. So I was just decorating here, as you can see, for our Valentines show. And I was putting together some of the things that I bought in the 99-cent store. How can you go wrong in the 99-cent store? I bought so many wonderful things on the cheap. And to decorate your house and to put together the Valentine's Day feel, visit your 99-cent store. I got all this great stuff from the 99-cent store. Right here is a piece of styrofoam that I had. I received a package this week. I saved the styrofoam and I just wrapped it in a napkin. And these you could also buy in the 99-cent store, which is the big styrofoams. And I just put together this, and you push it in the middle, and you have a nice little decoration piece that we're going to put here by our table setting. Now, for me, Valentine's Day is not only about being in love, it's about celebrating love. All types of love, whether it's with your significant other, celebrating your love maybe with your children. If you don't have a significant other right now, you just want to spend time with maybe some single friends and celebrate the love you have between friendships. It's all about love. Love is a gift and it should be celebrated. So now, when we think of children, these are the years where our children are growing up and they're making their memories. So this is the time where we want to do special things for them, and this is an opportunity that you all should take as parents to do for your children. Have them wake up on Valentine's Day and have the breakfast table all set up. So this is what we have here. And when you visit your 99-cent store or the Family Dollar store, you can decorate beautifully. All you need is your imagination, and you can do it at very inexpensive prices on the cheap, which we're all doing nowadays. So I got these little hearts too. They came in a bag and they peel off, and you can use them on the glasses like I did over there on our champagne glass. And also in the 99-cent store, what I got here is one of the boxes. Fill it with some Hershey Kisses. Here's a beautiful little glass with some hearts on it. 99 cents, a little lollipop of a heart. Use your imagination and you can create a beautiful table for your children to come down in the morning for Valentine's Day. Maybe you want to put a little Valentine's card on here for each child. Over the years, I've collected many placemats, dishes. So here's our Valentine's placemat, a red dish, and just one of the napkins that I bought, and you put a little ringlet on it and you got a beautiful setting. And children will not only feel like they're a part of the holiday or this special day, but they'll know that love is something to be celebrated. And they'll carry that on with them as they get older, and it's a tradition that they'll do with their children. So we have all this done. We have all the beautiful decorations done. And you can do this, like I said, for any holiday, whether it's Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, whatever it is. All you have to do is use your imagination. So now that we have our little place settings going on, we talked about our decorations, let's make breakfast. Today we're making Rocky Road pancakes. What kid or what adult doesn't like Rocky Road? It's chocolate chips, marshmallows, and any kind of nuts that you like. So right here I have the mixture of my favorite pancake mix, and you use your favorite recipe, mine, Aunt Jemima. And I have about 1.5 cups of mix that I made here. And to this, I will add, this is about 1/2 cup of nuts. And I chose walnuts and I chopped them small. Here I have 1/2 cup of mini baby chocolate chips. And you can buy the mini marshmallows, but I didn't have mini marshmallows. I had the big ones, so I just cut them in little pieces. But if you can find the mini marshmallows, use those and just cut them in half. I have 1/2 cup of chocolate chips and 1/4 cup of marshmallows, and these go right into our pancake mix. No muss, no fuss. And we're going to use about 1 capful of vanilla to add a little bit of homemade flavor to that. And really, you can do this any way you'd like. If you didn't like to do Rocky Road and you wanted to do maybe apples and cinnamon, you could do the same thing. Just cut up some apples, add some cinnamon to this, whatever your imagination tells you. But Valentine's Day is all about chocolate and red, and so that's why I did Rocky Road. And this is cinnamon, so we're going to take about a palmful, maybe that's about a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're just going to mix that into our pancake mix. Make sure it all gets incorporated. What we're going to do today is make heart-shaped pancakes. So what I have here is my skillet, my fry pan, and it's nice and hot now. So I'm going to take a little bit of my butter, and this is room temperature butter, and I'm going to just let that melt a little. And I'm going to take a napkin and just make sure it's melted all over. Like I was saying before, Valentine's Day is not just for being in love. When I was on the radio, you know, Valentine's Day on radio is special programming, people calling in, making dedications. And I would speak to a lot of people who didn't have a significant other, and they would feel very down or depressed because it was Valentine's Day. But I say you have to make this holiday work for you. If you have friends who don't have boyfriends, girlfriends, or a significant other, get together, celebrate your love between friends, have a cocktail party, go out to dinner. You know, you gotta think of ways that it's going to benefit you. So now here are our cookie cutters. I have all different size cookie cutters of heart shapes. And what I'm going to do is to make sure that the pancakes release from the cookie cutters, you just make sure that you liberally butter the inside of the cookie cutters. This way they don't stick. And we're going to do that to all of these. So now that we have all of our little cutout shapes of cookie cutters buttered, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them in the pan or on the skillet in the size order. I'll put this one over here. The skillet's nice and hot, so all we do now is take this and easily pour it in to the cookie cutter. Not a lot, because we're going to spread it around with the spatula so it goes into every corner of the cookie cutter, and that will set. And we do that with each one. So now you see that when it starts to bubble like that, give it a chance to all come into play and bubble up. That means the other side is starting to take shape. That's what you want. When you see the bubbles on the whole piece of the heart-shaped cookie cutter, that's when you know you can remove it, and then we can flip them. So now these are starting to bubble really well, the larger ones. So just, now be careful, you got to use some kind of a, see how beautiful that removes now? That we used the butter. And let's flip this. Beautiful, that's what you want. Make sure you use a little bit of a pot holder to remove, because these are metal now. Remember, you cannot use plastic on this. It has to be a metal cookie cutter. So we're just about ready with our last batch of heart-shaped pancakes. Look how beautiful they are. We used our cookie cutters to shape our pancakes. There's my microwave, so I heated up our maple syrup. And that goes, of course, right over the top. I'm going to drizzle it sideways of our pancakes. Wow, that's nice. Look how pretty that is. Nice and hot to go with the hot pancakes. Now, if you're making a big batch of these for many people, I suggest as you make them, have a cookie sheet lined with tin foil, your oven on about 175, 200, and as you take them off of the grill, put them on the cookie sheet, keep them in the oven so they stay nice and warm. This way, when you finish making all of your pancakes, you can plate them at once and everybody sits down to eat breakfast at the same time. So there's our warm maple syrup. On this, I'm going to put some snow or confectionery sugar, make it look real pretty. We're going to tie in the chocolate. I have some chocolate syrup right here, and we're just going to drizzle that down the front of our pancakes. Strawberries, why not add a few right on top? And all you have to do with the strawberry is we don't go all the way to the top. We just cut it through in pieces, just like that. You want to make sure it stays attached at the top. This way, when we spread it like that, it stays together. So let's put that right there. And we'll take another one, a small one, and we'll do it right on the side. Just like that in the warm syrup. How about a little bit of whipped cream? What child doesn't like whipped cream? I'm going to put some whipped cream on the side. And the best part is I have red glitter. It's edible glitter. You can buy this in any of your stores like Michael's that sells all of the kinds of cake things. Oh, look how pretty that is. And just sprinkle that glitter so it glistens on the pancakes and the syrup. Any of your craft stores will sell this. Let's put it right there on our syrup. How pretty is that for Valentine's Day? So this is our first for Valentine's Day. Decorate the table, let your kids come down. I mean, if it's a day when you're going to work, you can decorate the table the night before, have your pancake mix done in the refrigerator the night before. All you have to do it in the morning is put it on the grill. And how beautiful is that? Every child would love to sit down to Valentine's heart-shaped Rocky Road pancakes. So now that we have our breakfast all done, let's move on to dessert, because now this is an adult dessert, and I'm sure you've all heard of this. It's warm chocolate cake. When you cut into it, the inside is all molten and lavery, and it comes right out. I mean, it's been called lava cake, molten cake, but it was created by Jean-Georges, who is a very famous worldwide chef, and he has a lot of restaurants here in New York City. And this cake was made, he said, by mistake, by putting too little flour into a chocolate cake mix. So what I have here is, I have a little pot of water boiling, just a little bit of water in a pot. And in some recipes, they'll call it a bain-marie or a double boiler. So if you see bain-marie, they mean a double boiler. So that means a little bit of water right here simmering away in the pot. We want it to be hot. And here in this bowl, I have 1 stick of unsalted butter, and I have 4 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. I'm using Ghirardelli, that's my favorite. So 4 ounces of bittersweet, 1 stick of unsweetened go right on top, and gently this is going to melt. And when it melts, we'll mix it all together, and that'll be the chocolate for the cake mix. These are my molds. I have 2 silicone molds, and I have one that is like a bundt pan mold where you unlatch it. I can only find one. This is Home Goods. You know what they say, when you see it, buy it. But I can only find one. So that's why I have the silicone. To get these prepared, all we'll do is take some of our room temperature butter. Now when you're baking, remember everything should be at room temperature temperature. The butter, the eggs, everything. Never just take it right out of the refrigerator and start baking with it. So we're going to liberally, with our paintbrush, paint it with our unsalted butter. This way so now that we have brushed our molds with the butter and we dusted them with the cocoa powder, make sure you go over the sink and just shake out the excess cocoa powder. These are all ready to go. And now we have them on a lined sheet tray. And over here we have our 4 ounces of chocolate with the butter, and it's just about come to melting stage, and we're just going to whisk that in together very slowly because you don't want this to splash you. It's hot. Until all of the chocolate gets incorporated with the butter. So now that we have our chocolate done and it's melted and it's nice and hot on our double boiler, we're going to go to the next step. The next step here is I have 2 large eggs, full eggs, and 2 large egg yolks, just the yolks, so together 4. And to do the egg yolks, either you could go back and forth after you split the egg, back and forth together and let the whites of the egg fall into a dish and just keep the yolk, or you can crack it, put it in your hand, open your hands a little bit like this and let all the whites fall into a bowl and you just have the yolk. So I need 2 yolks and I need 2 large whole eggs, room temperature, and we're just going to whisk this with the electric mixer until it becomes light and yellow. To this, before we mix it, I am adding 1/4 cup of sugar. The sugar and the eggs together will be mixed to make that light lemon yellow color. What it looks like. It's that pale, beautiful, like lemon color. This is perfect. This is what we want. And now that our chocolate is all melted, remember the chocolate is hot. So we have to temper this. What that means is slowly introducing the heat of the chocolate to the eggs, because otherwise they'll scramble. So what we do right here is we take a little bit, as we pour it, we're going to stir it quickly so the eggs do not have a chance to scramble. So all you have to do is keep it whisking. If you have a whisk, use it. This way the eggs come up to the same temperature as the chocolate and your eggs won't scramble. The worst thing you could have is scrambled egg chocolate cake. Scrape down whatever chocolate is left in the bowl. That's what makes it a nice warm chocolate lava cake. Perfect. So here's our mixture for our cake. And all we add to this is 2 teaspoons of flour. So 2 teaspoons of regular all-purpose flour goes right in. Make sure you get all of it in there, and you just whisk it in until it's incorporated. Just pour this into the molds. Fill it up maybe 3/4 of a way. If you wanted to, you could add a piece of white chocolate to the middle of this, 1 little piece of white chocolate. But what we're going to add to this is, we're going to make this adult, and we're going to add Chambord, which is black raspberry cordial. So when people cut into this, it's going to ooze out with not only the chocolate, but the chocolate's going to have that black raspberry cordial in it. Here's Chambord. This is a black raspberry cordial. I'm going to take a teaspoon, and I'm just going to make a little bit of a hole in the middle. If it stays, if not, no big deal. It's not staying, so here's our raspberry cordial. Just tuck that in there and whisk it around. Perfect. Wow, that tastes great. So, 450, the oven is preheated. Goes in no more than 5 minutes. Make sure you keep an eye on the time, because then it won't be a lava cake. So 5 minutes, let's go to the oven. So now that we're waiting 5 minutes for the cakes to come out of the oven, I'm going to show you another quick, easy, beautiful recipe. This is ice cream. And what I did here is vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate ice cream. You could do this a million ways. You could do it with sherbet. You could do it with, anything you like. I took this mold, I put it on a dish, a regular dish, but I lined the dish with some saran wrap here. Put it on a dish, and then you layer the strawberry ice cream in it, put it in the freezer for about an hour. When it's all frozen and done, you take it out. This is a heart-shaped baking pan. line it with the saran wrap as well. You take this after it's frozen, you put it in here right in the center, and then you release your mold. Now before you put the ice cream in it, you should just put a little Pam on it so it comes off easily. Then I took a half a gallon of chocolate ice cream, let it come to a little bit of a creamy texture, and I spread that all throughout the pan over the strawberry heart, put it in the freezer. Another hour, take it out. You have vanilla, half a gallon. Let it come to a creamy consistency. Then you spread that over the chocolate, put it in the freezer, another hour, and the same with the strawberry. So this is the end result. And the reason why you put the saran wrap in is so it comes off easily. So we're gonna take, wow, that is beautiful. Look at that, this is ice cream, all ice cream. And in the middle is the strawberry. How beautiful is that? This is the other piece. And there you have a chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry ice cream heart that you can serve as well. And you just cut it up and you could put it in a heart dish. 5 minutes, and we're going to take out our chocolate cakes. They look beautiful. The center of the cake should be nice and moist and lavery. So what you want to do here, see how beautiful they look? You can see if you shake them a little bit, they jiggle in the middle. What we want to do is just let them settle for a minute or two. So now that we waited a few minutes, I'm going to take one of my molds and we're just going to turn it over on the dish. And look at how these beautiful silicone molds come out so easily. Beautiful. On the top, we'll take a few of these raspberries to decorate right on top. We'll put two together. I'll put a nice piece of mint right in the middle. Red edible sparkles to go right around the dish. How pretty is that? And then watch when you cut into this. You cut into this. Do you see the lava right in the middle? That's what you want. It tastes like pudding. It's delicious. So now we're going to make our drinks. We're making a chocolate raspberry martini, and we're going to make a raspberry champagne cocktail. So let's get to our martini. How cute is this? Little shaker with the red and these beautiful glasses. Home Goods, one of my favorite stores, $2 each for the glasses. So our raspberry chocolate martini, what I have here is 4 ounces of raspberry vodka. I have 2 ounces of chocolate cream liqueur. You can use Godiva, you can use Temptation. This is Temptation. And I have 1 ounce of Chambord, which is the black raspberry cordial. So that all goes together. And then we just now that this is all shook up, let's do our glasses. What I have here is Godiva chocolate hot cocoa mix. You can use Swiss Miss. If you don't have that and you have Hershey's chocolate, you just have to put some sugar with it to make it a little bit sweet. And that's what we're going to rim our glasses with. I took a raspberry, cut it open, and wet it. And then you just run it on the outside of the glass and just stick that in the cocoa, the Godiva cocoa. Tap off the edge. And here is our chocolate raspberry martinis. Wow. What we'll do is take a fresh raspberry and we'll just sit it at the edge of the chocolate rimmed glass. Our champagne cocktail. How cute is this glass? It's a regular champagne glass. Those stick-ons that I bought in the 99-cent store, just stuck it on. Here is a heart-shaped lollipop that we put our glass. Going to add a little bit of Chambord to the bottom. And then we're going to add our champagne. And there you go. You have a raspberry champagne cocktail. How pretty is that? What do I taste first? I don't know. Let's try. I'm dying for the chocolate lava cake. So let's taste our lava cake. This is beautiful. Look at the inside of that. And remember, this also has the raspberry, the Chambord inside. Let's take a little bit of whipped cream too. Chocolate lover's delight. Let's take our chocolate raspberry martini. Wow, those are really good. And by rimming the edge of the glass with the chocolate cocoa mix, gives it the perfect sweetness with the richness of the chocolate liqueur and the raspberry liqueur, and then that sharpness of the raspberry vodka. Boy, that is good to go. Wow, it's sweet, it's fizzy, it's delicious. Champagne cocktail, Chambord and regular champagne. Easy as that. Let's not forget our ice cream that we had to put back in the freezer that I dressed with a little bit of raspberry. Oh, there goes Papa the cork. Raspberry and strawberry. So this is our Valentine's treat. Whether you're treating your children or your loved one with a beautiful breakfast in bed, or you're decorating for your children to come down on Valentine's Day to be surprised so they know that love should be cherished and it should be celebrated. Here, chocolate lava cake. Jean-Georges, thank you for the wonderful mistake. It's been named many different things. Whatever it's named, it's good. Try it. And we also have our ice cream, strawberry chocolate and vanilla, with a little bit of raspberry and strawberry on the side. You layer it in a heart-shaped pan, and delicious as well. Our martini, which is chocolate raspberry martini, and our cocktail. So here you have all the makings of a wonderful, happy Valentine's Day. So however you celebrate it, make sure you download the recipes, cookingwithchampagne.com. Thank you so much for spending your Valentine's weekend with me. And here's a champagne toast to good eating. Enjoy your weekend and much love to all.